Good morning, everybody. So I am on my way to do the owner-assisted annual in my plane. So we have a 1976 Cessna 150M model. This is our first year of ownership. This will be our first annual, and on our way there. So, like I said, we've been working on this thing for about 7 months now. Pretty much have been all through the plane, doing upgrades, fixing some maintenance items along the way. So I don't foresee this annual to be anything shocking, just because we've been through the plane and I kind of know what's in there. And honestly, at this point, I only can think of a handful of few minor things that maybe need adjusting, or something in there that might need lubrication and stuff like that. So we'll be there soon. I'll give you an update here when we get there. All right, we made it to the airplane. Here it is. And we're gonna start taking apart all the inspection panels. So my MP should be showing up here shortly. So we'll start taking apart everything and get it ready to start taking a look at everything. All right, we are gonna take the seats out first. Let's get the little stoppers here. Seats are out. We're going to put these right back in so we don't lose them. Seat tracks look pretty good. Looking at the holes, I know we're going to have to measure those a little bit later. Probably should have brought my little vacuum, but we'll borrow a shop vac and take care of that. All right, we'll be taking off these inspection panels here next. We are going to take off these panels here. We brought some Ziplocs, a Sharpie. We're going to label everything, make sure we don't lose screws. Panels. I'll label this under the seats. And this gives us access to a bunch of different things in here. All the cables, the gas lines, brake lines, some data cables, obviously the structure. We'll scoop some of this dirt out of here that's been in here too. So we'll take care of that. Checking all the cables, pulleys, tension, all that good stuff. Something a little unique we did do in this plane was we actually put the audio jacks behind the seats, because as you know, in a Cessna 150, it's pretty tight up front. They're usually here. Wires are hanging down in front of your legs on both sides, and didn't want that. So we ended up running them down through the channels up into here. And actually this works out fabulous. I love it. So then all you have is just your headset cables that come out here right on your seats and go right up to your head. So no wires in the way or nothing. So here's the current panel. Basic 6-pack so far. We do have 2 AV30s that'll be going in here. Obviously these two are going to, everything else is going to stay. We're actually going to move the altimeter down here and a VSI here. And then this area is actually going to be a flushed in-dash iPad mini. We already have done the upgrades here. So we got the Garmin GTR 205 radio, a Garmin GTN 625 navigation, and a Garmin 345 transponder. So we have in and out ADSB, weather, all that good stuff. That's what we got going on. We got GoPro mounts up here, GoPro mounts out here, out on the wing, up on the tail, and we need to take off that back panel too. So we'll probably work on that here in a minute. All right, this has just got some quick plugs here. Our ELT is actually behind here. which the battery was replaced last annual, so we'll just be checking that. I believe it's good for 2 years, if I remember correctly. This plastic is very, very brittle, as you can see. Might end up just leaving it out. I don't know if I'm going to replace it or not. It's it's kind of stupid expensive for what it is for cheap plastic. That's what we got back here. So there's our ELT. Again, looks pretty good. Just a little dirty. We'll get back there and clean that up, but not bad. All right, we are going to move on to removing the cowling. So we just got a couple series of bolts here. Very, very easy to come apart. And I think I've done this about 100 times already this year. I like to pull off both sides just to get it loose. Once you do that, just take it right off the top. All right, now we're gonna proceed to do the bottom. So we just got two headlight wires over here that you gotta undo. Put the prop to neutral. Hardest part's getting it around that exhaust. And that's it. So cowling's off, and this is what we got here. Like I said, we've also done a bunch of upgrades already. We did new plug wires, new plugs. Magnetos were overhauled in January. Timing's been done. New motor mounts here put in. New hardware. What else? New baffling. Still got to do the bottom one yet. This stuff's pretty old and nasty, but this stuff came out great. Lots of little series. Actually, when the cowling goes on, this all folds down and kind of interlocks, which is pretty nice. So we do have a oil spin-on kit that's going on here during annual. So this is the block-off plate. That'll come off, and then the oil spin-on kit will come out right here. So we'll be doing that here. That is an STC, so we'll be filing all that. On top of that, we also put in the belly pan STC. Highly, highly, highly recommend that. That is the lowest point in the fuel system in the airplane. So if you're gonna have a clog in the line, that's where it's gonna be. And we definitely don't want that. All right, we are finished up with the annual actually. Sorry I didn't get a lot of footage. We're a little too busy doing everything. Still got to put together the plane here. All the inspection panels are still off. So got all these to do. But we are going to do that tomorrow because it's getting late, but got the cowling back on. And nothing was really off. So everything looks pretty good. Compressions were decent, mid 70s. I had one cylinder that was low at 70, which isn't really that low. We're going to see if we can lean out the mixture. We're actually going to convert this, the STC, to automotive gas, which will help with sticking valves and carbon issues and all that stuff. So looking forward to that, and we'll be back here tomorrow.